We're back. We're back. We are back. Yeah. We're back. Hopefully, like, everything is working right now. Like, the mic is working. The audio quality doesn't sound like it's coming out of a tin can. Hopefully, because I got my usual headphones back. So hopefully everything's working. I'm gonna assume it is, because, I don't know, everything feels like it's working. Everything feels like it's working, but I'm not completely sure. I don't know. But, yeah, so no one really seems to be on stream yet, so I don't really know if I'm supposed to be saying anything right now. Yeah, I'm just, I'm just chilling here, waiting for the people to arrive. Oh man, I've already been live for like 8 minutes, so dang. That's usually longer. I don't wait as long. Man, I don't know if I should just immediately start, I don't know if I should just immediately start the stream. I mean, I guess I can. Yeah, since no one's here. Not yet. Yeah, I guess I'll just start. Maybe I could, like, I don't know, fight some enemies, run around, set the meadow on fire. And wait if people come and then actually start playing the story quest. Yeah, I think we can do that. I think that'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do for now. We're just gonna shut off the music and put on my little infinite void. Let's get back in the game. What do we got? What do we got? Oh yeah! Aww! What is this? Cute. Heck yeah. Adorable. Oh, poor Kave. Poor Kave. The worst time to have a birthday, honestly. Because everyone's like, oh, cute, Kave's birthday. And then Genshin decided to drop, like, one of the biggest lore bombs, like, ever. Poor guy. Poor guy. Feel bad.
Sure, yeah. I'll play you another tune.
But it'll cost you an apple. What's your whole thing with Istaroth, eh? Yeah, don't pretend that.
Cost you an apple.
Yeah, don't pretend I didn't notice that you guys share the same voice actor. Don't pretend I didn't notice that. Oh yeah, knew this. Yeah. And oh, that's right. I need to set up the thing. I don't know. Anything else? What's in here? You know, maybe I could do a test run for the first time on stream. I could do that. Screw it. We're test trying Movika. With her clunky ass bike. Let's try it out. Sorry. Oh yeah. Just look around. Look around as Movika. I've never actually properly played her. Except in Xbalanque's story quest. What? Movika's story quest. But let's be honest, it was basically his. I love her hair. I have like so many thoughts on her design, honestly. Because like, most of her outfit, I'm just like really not into, but like her hair, I absolutely adore. Like I love her like massive hair. I love her hair. I love like the sun in her eyes. I love the like giant hoop earrings. Like I love all of that.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
I think most of them kind of do that. But anyway, yeah, so I love like the design in her eyes and her earrings and her hair, her massive hair. I freaking love it. It's the actual outfit. I'm just not into that. I'm just not into her outfit, guys. Okay. How does this work? So I think I hold E.
Rev the engines.
Okay. jump. Wait. Oh, is that how? That's how you fly? Okay. Can I go down or? Oh. Still have no idea how this works.
Try and stop me.
So where are the enemies? I'm trying to find the enemies. Where are they? Oh, there they are. They're just attack.
Let's finish this next time.
You asked for it. Take a seat.
Alright, let's see her burst.
Wrath from the sky. Rev the engines.
Assuming if I click E again, I'm just gonna get her. Yeah, I am. I do. Oh, hi, Kaya.
Don't get frostbite.
I'll just put this.
Not too far.
I have no idea how Auron works. I'm sorry.
Tell me what you see.
I don't know what this will do, but
Let's ride.
maybe something.
Try and stop me.
My guiding stars.
Oh. Oh, I'm done. Okay. Huh. Alright. Thanks. I'll play Emily now. Another character that I have absolutely zero idea how to play. Malika's fine. I think she's, I mean, it's cool, but I'm really just not into the motorcycle, honestly. I'm really just not super into it, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. I don't know. It kind of like breaks the immersion. You know, then people are like, oh, but like, what do you mean? Like, Malika's absolutely cracked. She's absolutely powerful. And it's like, yeah, no, that's true. But here's the thing. Have you guys might consider that me, personally, don't exactly play the game for the game? Okay, that sounds weird, but it's like, I'm not good at fighting, alright? I'm the random bullshit go type of player. You know? And so I get characters based off of like vibe and design and appearance, and if it is for their like the actual gameplay, it's usually because I think like their animations are super cool and whatever.
Brighten up the place.
And I don't know, just something about Malika just like, well, it's the motorcycle mostly, it's not Malika herself, but like, hey, how do you...
Neutralize. Fresh and floral.
Like, I don't know, it just severely breaks like my immersion, I guess. And you could be like, immersion? Pep, there's so much technology like in Genshin. What do you mean? And I'm like, yeah. But like, hear me out. Like, the technology in Genshin is basically like it's like Star Wars, kind of. Star Wars, I think, is a good example where either the technology is kind of sort of relatable, but there's that air of unrelatability. For example, sentient robots. Or the technology is just like so advanced, it's just magic. It's literally just magic. Like, phlogiston is basically magic, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's try out Janssen. I tried getting her. I remember I spent like over 5,000 Primo Gems to get Janssen, the 4-star. You know, the character that's supposed to be easy to get. And Hoyo really did not want me to get her. And I'm like, Hoyo, no! She was like the poster child for Natlin for so long. Let's see. Is
Quick
it?
as a flash.
Look at that! She's so cute!
Step aside.
She's adorable! She does, and it's so cute. These little track moves. Adorable. And I'm down here.
Start the clock! Final warning!
Oh, whoops, that's Chevrolet's. Gotta keep going. Oh.
Many happy returns.
Oh, everyone's pyro.
Controlled breathing.
Am I supposed to, like, do something with her specifically? Literally, all I know is that she runs. That's it. I don't know what else she does. But she's cute. Actually, yes, I will try
Stop
her.
right there! Hands where I can see them! On my mark! Step aside!
I hope the stream ain't lagging too much. I
Charge!
promise you guys that I'll play Skirk story quest after this. I was just, like, waiting for, like, some people to show up. That's all. Okay. Oh, you. Okay. We're gonna give you that. We're gonna do this. I don't think I did that well.
Congratulations. Up to it, Manzai.
Can I get my thank you? Cute, 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 cute. You see her run. Look at how she runs. Look at her running. Look at her running. Look at her running. It's so cute. Hoyo, why didn't you allow me to get this girl? She's adorable. She's adorable. I don't know exactly what she does, but she's cute. Okay, okay. Oh my god, I can test try Yao Yao. Should I try Yao Yao? Okay, I will because I might as well. But then I'll do Skirk story quest, I promise you guys. I was just trying the character as well. I was like waiting for people to show up. So, yeah. I promise, I promise. Yao Yao is literally one of my favorite designed child characters. Everything about her design is so cute. She's so cute. And her little bells in her hair, and her little backpack with the radish and the rabbit, and her little dress and her little boots. It's so cute. So, so cute. Yansen's also cute. But, like, I think Yao Yao for me takes the cake of, like, my favorite, like, design-wise, like, child characters.
It's my lucky day.
Don't be scared!
Okay, I'm not really sure what you do. What's the DPS here?
Dissipate!
I'll use her.
To the fairy.
Lightning terrified!
Do I have Kuki Shinobu? I'm not sure.
Ready, go!
Just use her.
Stand with me!
Alright, and then there's you.
Don't be scared! Out of my way! Know my sword! Witness the power of the wild!
This.
Don't get in,
Actually, let's
Oz,
use
reveal
Oz.
thyself! Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day! I summon thee! I'll settle this! Let me weave you a verse!
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to be using Yao Yao here.
You're up!
Sorry, it's not my fault, but she basically just does like a little summon and heal, and that's it. Absolutely adorable. I love her. Cutest Genshin character ever. Okay, okay. We can start a quest now. We can start the quest now. Just 30 minutes into the stream. Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine. Just wait for the screen to load real quick. Am I still new? Should be. It's taking a bit to load. I'm waiting. Waiting. Come on. Please do not crash. Please do not crash. Thank you. Okay. Why are you guys hurt? Oh, yeah. You know, we're healing these guys. Whoa. Okay. Oh, that's right! We have the Teyvat tails! Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say if we finish Skirk's story quest early, but I'm kind of doubting it. But I was saying, like, if we did, then we can do the Teyvat tails. But I'm kind of having a suspicion that we don't. So, okay. quests. We are doing Skirk stuff. Oh, we're in the chasm. Okay. Mysterious. Mysterious. The chasm. The surface of this area is dotted. Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. Up there. Okay, I need to switch Fremine out of here. Fremine, I love you, and you are so fun to play, but... Actually, Fremine is not that bad. At least in my game. At least in my game. But, in case I need to fight anyone a bit stronger...
Prepare to be amazed.
And, actually, Lenny should be first, because he's the DPS. Like, Venti, I'm sorry, you're, like, my favorite boy ever, but, oh my god. Why are y'all hurt? What the hell? Venti, like, you're my favorite boy ever, but you're, just the teeniest, tiniest bit how you say outdated. So... Somewhere here. Somewhere. Okay. Alright, let's start.
Wait. This is near the chasm, right?
Indeed.
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream.
Oh. Okay.
You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is someone else's territory. Best to proceed with caution.
Don't worry. Paimon's an expert at hiding behind other people for safety.
Something wrong with the volume? I don't know. Am I crazy? I don't know if I'm crazy.
Oh, but, that means you need to stay safe, traveler.
I will.
All right. Remember your training. Time to put it to use.
Yes, the training of hitting rocks over and over and over again and then pretending like I'm going through like a whole shonen, like, training arc. Creepy. Oh, 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 cool, I get to use her. Oh, I get to use her and the Traveler. Okay, let me get a good look at her design. Let me get a good look at it. All right, so as Genshin really, really likes to do, back. Yeah. She has these little, like, tattoo thingies on her sides. She has, like, a fin somewhere stuck on her body. There it is. Right there. I don't know if you can see it very well. Right there. She has this weird fin thingy at the back. Yeah. I'm very iffy on Skirk's design. Like, I think as a design by itself, it's not bad. And I love the abyssal limbs. The abyssal limbs is such a cool idea. I guess it's just that I don't think it fits her personality very well, if I'm gonna be honest. But I think that's like a main critique with people with her design. It's like, it's a cool design in isolation, but doesn't really fit her, you know? Not really. And you could be like, oh, but like her abyssal limbs show that she's like battle hardened. And I'm like, yeah, but I feel like the abyssal limbs were more so of like a little detail you're not meant to notice immediately, if that makes any sense.
All things come to an end.
Quiet. Like, I always thought that, like, you know, the abyssal limbs is more so of a little detail you don't notice immediately until you find out about it. I've always thought that that's what the abyssal limbs are. But at first glance, you know, they just kind of look like arms and legs. I don't know. It's just what I always thought. Okay, now I need to figure out how she works. Because I honestly have zero idea.
Merciless.
Do I like? Is that her darker outfit? How do I switch to her darker outfit? Ah, there we go. Got it. I still have no idea how she works. But it's cool. So burst is important. I see. Gimme. Creepy.
Careful! Don't get hit! You know
Nah.
what? Paimon's just gonna float behind you.
We're
Come on,
fine.
you got this.
Oh. They seriously gave me Hydro Traveler, are you serious? But...
Paradigm shift. Hey, what are you two doing here?
Oh! Don't interrupt our research.
Dusty, like an abandoned house. Let's press on.
Okay. And for you... Nice. Okay. What's here? Door of Resurrection activated.
Oh, looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place?
Hey yo, she got her other outfit, her black one.
Ugh, this fog is making it impossible to see anything.
This should be the place where you were attacked, Traveler.
Okay.
The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Can you sense where it is?
If I close my eyes and focus on the light that came from my wound back then, yes, I can sense something and it is nearby, but I can't tell the exact location. Nothing exact.
Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case. Otherwise, you should have sensed it much more strongly.
Hold on, look! The spikes are back!
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see what we're dealing with. If you're too reckless, we might be playing right into his hands. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely he integrated it into his attack somehow. If we're smart about this, we can track it down.
So is the enemy Sudology? I'm like pretty sure it is. I don't know who else it could be. Unless some other enemy that we have never heard about, like, ever. But, what am I supposed to do? Like, attack them? Oh, evade them. I'm dumb. What in the Gilgamesh from the Fate series? That was some Gate of Babylon type stuff. Okay.
From the start, the attacks have been focused on me.
Okay.
Trying to break through my defenses? I see.
So how'd you learn to float? Oh. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Ouch. You alright? The thing was... That's Sotologies, isn't it? Right?
There. I got it back.
Whoa, 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 who was that? Who was that? You didn't answer that.
Skirk!
Also, you good? You got like... you got like stabbed in the shoulder there.
What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Guili Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target.
Uh-huh.
Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power.
So you were his real target. He was after you from the very beginning?
No. He couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy so soon. Call it fate if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary coincidences like this. In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost.
But you...
I'll cope.
Okay.
Well,
Alright.
done gorging? Good. Time to answer some questions. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
That's a very good question.
The all-devouring narwhal?
Yeah, the giant whale, don't you remember?
Oh, of course. Paimon knew that spike thing looked familiar. It looks just like that narwhal's horn.
Did it? I don't remember.
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. That alone proves you wouldn't be able to defeat a creature like that. Which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul, Sertologi.
So it's not him?
The foul
Hello?
dares call him foul.
Well, I mean, that's just the title everyone calls him. Alright?
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Just a little longer. I'm still...
More of these.
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit.
What should we do now?
Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action.
Okay. Skirk was stabbed by one of those spikes while Skirk was stabbed by one of those spikes while retrieving the fragment of my soul, and in the process, some of her power was stolen. The culprit is hiding somewhere beyond the fog. I have a good understanding of his attack patterns from the fight just now. If we pursue him, our chances of winning are high. But Skirk's breathing is weaker than usual. If we attack now, I can't guarantee her or Paimon's safety. It's a hard decision to make, but I think we should get out of here.
Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. It won't be for long.
Cora says, hello, Pip. Hi, welcome, welcome.
Get us out of here, traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time.
Oh. Oh, shoot. No, we're fine. We're good.
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
Yeah, that looks pretty
Just
deep.
minor. It'll
You
heal
sure?
in no time.
Okay.
You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm Hydra Traveler. Darn.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes!
Fun.
Run!
Very fun. What if I, like, don't fight you? Yeah, that's an option. Oh. Shoot! Crap! No! Ah! Darn. Okay. Sorry, I blew the mic there. Benjamin Kellogg just subscribed.
Power
Thank
has something to do
you.
with the all-devouring narwhal.
Thank you.
Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in
Oh,
the
man.
first place.
Cora says, what's happening in the narrative so far? Okay, so after our training arc, we go to a place near the chasm. Skirks opens up a portal, and she's like, in here is where we're gonna locate the guy who took like part of your soul. We go in there, go through this like the corridor thingy you saw now, and then she had a conversation with this guy.
Oh, I should be safe here.
She has a
right?
conversation with this guy, and she's like, hey, how did you get control over the all-devouring narwhal, which was the giant whale thingy from Fontaine way back? And eventually Skirk is like, you know my master, Sotologi. And then the guy is like, Sotologi, like the chocolate guy from that SpongeBob episode. And then he started attacking us, and we ran away. So yeah. But sorry, Benjamin, I couldn't I couldn't give you like a good like, oh my god, thank you for the subscribe. I was distracted, but thank you.
I no longer sense his presence. Can't have followed us out of that abyssal domain. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it.
The all-devouring narwhal, with its power, he even managed to steal from with its power, he even managed to steal from you of all people.
You seem surprised.
Steal what? I honestly don't remember right now. I don't know.
I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can
Makes sense.
extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical contact.
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Space whale.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet in that state, which is why I cast it into that void space. But I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master.
Yeah, hearing you say the foul definitely got a reaction out of him. Like, man was crazy.
Exactly. It told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said we both got what we came for. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end.
Aww.
Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own journey. I'll handle the rest of this situation myself.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us. We have to help you get it back.
I said I'll take care of it myself, didn't you hear me?
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all better? Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Not without your full strength.
Oh, is that what happened when she was stabbed? Cora says, devouring and destruction. Sounds more like an orca thing than a narwhal thing. True, that is true.
So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
It's not out of pity. You said I don't want to be in your debt. Well, I still am.
Fair enough. Then take this.
What is it?
A bag of Mora.
Oh,
Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We shouldn't linger.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. But where?
going to the pharmacy.
He'll know something about Master. I'm sure of it. Next time, I need to be ready.
How's the shoulder?
Fine. It was just a scratch.
Just a flesh wound.
It'll take time to recover my strength, of course. But adapting to situations like this is nothing new for me.
Your outfit looks different, though.
Oh, this? It's a star crystal suit. Abyssal energy is scarce in Tevat. Wearing this helps me access it more freely.
Sure.
It stores concentrated abyssal energy that I can draw from on the go. When the energy runs out, it reverts back to its original form.
Alright then. Fair enough. Let's go.
Found somewhere to rest. Well, lead the way then.
Nah, I call bullshit. With the outfit. Sealy.
Skirk wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh, wait.
Sealy.
Baiju said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy, didn't he? Let's head there.
Oh, let me follow around this Sealy. And all of the players who were absolutely obsessed with this game when it came out, gameplay-wise, right now are like, Pep, it's Leo, and you still haven't taken all of the Sealies to their court yet? And I say, no, because for a very, very long time, I didn't give a shit about the Sealy. I just walked past them. I was just like, ah, okay. They exist. Now it's different. Now I do take them back. Ooh, chest.
I wonder if this chest is some kind of trick.
Okay. We need to heal Linny. So let's just take him to the teleporter thingy. Take him to the teleporter thingy. Come on. Thank you. Oh. Incredible. And wait, actually, let me double check. Just be sure. Yes, okay. Meet up with Baiju. Baiju, our good old doctor. Our first doctor character. Cora says, the Sealies are so silly though, floating around and stuff. They're adorable. I also love how people suspected that the Sealies were, like, I don't think anybody knew that the Sealies were angels, but people definitely suspected they were connected to angels because the shape that the Sealies take is based off of an angelfish. And so people were like, based off an angelfish, they're definitely connected to angels. And then we find out, wait, no, they actually are angels, and I think that's so cute. They're adorable. Hey, Baiju. Oh my god, wait, whoa. Stream lagging? Stream lagging? Hold on a second. Bruh. Why it be lagging right now? No. You're not supposed to lag. Okay. I think it's all right now. Hey, Baiju. Wait.
You look much better, Traveler.
Thanks.
Should I take it that your health issues are resolved?
Mostly. Your case is a tricky one. Seems slightly too early to celebrate.
Very true, Changsheng. Further observation is in order, I think. We haven't had many patients recently, so we have several vacant rooms. Feel free to stay a few more days if you need.
Awesome. Thanks.
Oh, that's right, we go to the back part. From here. Slimes, lowly life forms of minimal intelligence. Dang, you didn't have to insult them like that. I remember when I first read that, I was like, dang, even the game is like, screw these guys.
Skirk has a ton of Mora in it.
Aw.
Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go something like, I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Huh. Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
Just normal, like, commission stuff. Basically what we do.
Ah! You heard all that?
Kill monsters for cash, find some treasure chests.
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little, joke earlier?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
Yes, you did.
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon and giving people weird nicknames.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start, but things are different now. You helped the Traveler in a big way, so what do you say? Friends?
Friendship? No.
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some rest.
And then they were roommates.
Wait, what about you?
I'll sleep on the floor, I don't care.
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work.
Nah, bullshit.
That should help me regain some strength.
Nah, that's some bullshit I'm hearing. Go to bed.
But your shoulder... Hey, don't just leave! Ah, whatever. Let her tire herself out. She'll come back eventually. Let's get some sleep, Traveler. That comfy bed is calling, Paimon.
Oh, okay. Skirk is stubborn. Even if I tried to convince her to take it easy, I doubt she'd listen. Cora says, and there was only one bed? Question mark, question mark. Yeah. Paimon is right. Skirk will stop and break each... Sorry. Skirk will stop and take a break when she gets tired. I hope. I should just get some sleep. I don't know, man. The second she said, I don't get tired, I'm like, nah. That's a lie. Skirk? Of course, she's acting like she didn't get stabbed in the shoulder. Something seems off with her, though. Yo, you good there?
Quiet.
I didn't say anything. Who's she talking to? There's no one around. Unless... she's hearing things. It's the voices.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire?
Indeed, it's the voices.
How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth?
The thoughts.
Yet you alone live on.
Oh no.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
Run, Skirk. Run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
Right. In that dream I witnessed, Skirk was training alone. But there was disembodied voices talking to her. Yo, girl, you good? One of them mentioned a fire. I wonder what happened exactly. If only she could just talk to us.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. That bed was so comfy.
The teeniest, tiniest pillow known to man, though.
Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night?
Yeah, she was.
The bed's all yours if you want it.
She was busy listening to the voices. Recovered your strength yet?
About 60%. Maybe 70.
All right.
Whew! Paimon thought it would take at least a couple of days. That was fast.
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short.
Maybe it's because of the spike that stabbed you.
No, I think the problem's with me.
Uh-huh.
I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find the issue.
Ooh, sounds intense. We'll watch over you in the meantime, then.
Thanks. See you in 2 days.
Okay, then. Bye? Wait, do we actually just, like, stand around here for 2 days? Guess we do. Guess so. Definitely a little weird, this one.
Morning!
Although there's a part of me that when she's like, no, I think the problem lies with me, right? There's like a little part of me that's like, is this where the story is going? Like, is it really? Like, does it really have something to do with you? Or do you think it has something to do with you because of, of the voices, the thoughts?
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now?
No idea. Maybe it's not going too well.
Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Oh, wait! Breakfast! That's it! Paimon will go get breakfast! Skirk is gonna be starving when she wakes up.
Cora says, maybe because you're wearing yourself out? Maybe, just maybe.
Be right back.
Skirk looks so serene. Almost like she really is asleep. Meh. No, it's that thing. Oh! You again. What are you doing here? What is it? Flashbang, okay. Oh. Sitting here in the pure white void, in the nothingness, in... Up. This place feels familiar. Where am I exactly? There are 2 towering cliffs, withered trees, and a strange river flowing from the horizon all the way here. But it's broken up several times along the way, with a waterfall at each breaking point. Oh, I mean, yeah, I can kind of see that, yeah. On closer inspection, the color of the water is changing. The color I get to the lower portion, the closer I get to the lower portion, the darker it becomes. Almost as if... Did you bring me here?
That's right.
Oh.
This is Skirk's inner world.
Hello.
Think of it as the threshold between the soul and dreams.
You can talk. Okay. Who are you then?
This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate a small portion for you back then.
It talks. So you can speak.
Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can speak again, too. Call it fate, if you want. I think that's the word they use in this world for lucky coincidences like this, right?
For these kinds of coincidences? I think so.
Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here, so what's your impression of this place?
What is that river? And why are there so many cliffs and waterfalls?
Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength.
Okay.
Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times.
Yeah.
It's because Skirk doesn't like who she was in the past.
So she wants to separate herself from it.
And all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past, and begins anew.
Wait, that reminds me of something.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion.
Yeah.
Crush the self that makes
Yeah,
you
him.
weak. And become master over your physical form.
Yeah. There's probably a reason where this came from.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
I see. So it was Sir Logi who taught Skirk to replace all emotion with reason. And since then, it's been a constant process of abandoning, refuting, and erasing her past self. I suppose that's the secret to her strength. But It's such a sad thing to think about. What has she been through? Why does it have to be this way?
The answer to one mystery invites another question, I see. Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched into her heart, lies the truth of it all. Soon, you'll understand everything.
See, my favorite part about all this... Oh, whoa. No. Can I climb that? I don't know if I can climb that. No, I can't. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. One thing I love is, the fact that Skirk has no idea this is happening. You know, I don't think she has any idea that we're, like, in her mindscape looking through her memories. She's just like, this is just business between us. And we're here like, yeah, just business. Yeah. Oh, hello. Yo! Guys, it's the drawing. It's the drawing we drew from the very first cutscene. Okay, cause like, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the animated short for Skirk, but at the end of the animated short, it reveals that she's kind of like, well, I don't know if watching us or observing us or anything like that, or following us, like, I don't know, but she was definitely there, or like during the very first cutscene, and she goes up to the drawing, like after we leave. It's crazy. That was such a crazy like moment in the animated short. Cora says, what a callback, seriously, it's crazy. Also, you can see the Nameless Island all the way over here. You know, the Nameless Island, little fun fact for you guys, at least to my knowledge, the Nameless Island is the first instance we hear of the God of Time. And it was right here. Day 1. Anyway. This looks like a coastline. Huh. I recognize the drawing on the sand. Wait, isn't that the picture I drew for Paimon? Why is it showing up in Skirk's memories?
I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still form bonds of kinship when they meet. Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still chose to walk away.
Oh.
Indifferent as ever.
So she wasn't following us? Why? If I think about it, it's not surprising at all. After what happened at Wanroom Restaurant, it's obvious she prefers to disappear from other people's lives. Damn. She hasn't seen Child in years either. I doubt she's ever made a connection with this world of her own... I doubt she's ever made a connection with this world of her own volition. What I'm seeing now is a microcosm of her entire life. That's sad, actually. Like, I mean, there's the whole, like, she doesn't want to get, like, attached. You know, obviously, like, she doesn't want to get attached to these people in the event that something happens, you know, all of that. But it's definitely the whole, like, I would just rather not exist in these people's minds. And for someone like Child, it's literally like, I'm gonna go get the milk. Like, I'm gonna teach this boy, I'm gonna train this boy, and then just, like, completely disappear from his life forever. Dang.
Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision stems from events much earlier on in her life. Let's keep going. It's still a long way to the source of the river.
Can I step in the water? Oh. Do you hear that? Do you guys hear that? It makes like a little subtle, like, whoop, 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 whoop sound. That's cute. What was that? Oh, it's the creature thingy. Hey. Ah, flashbang. Oh my god.
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more.
He just sounds so normal. It's still throwing me off.
No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws. Now, you must learn to hunt.
Cora says, "Rocky or crystal step sound?" No, it's more like a water droplet sound, like a whoop whoop whoop.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends.
Hear that?
Embark on your own journey. And piece together a new future from the shattered remnants of your past.
Did you hear that? Make some friends. Did you hear that, Skirk?
We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this.
Ayo.
I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild.
What the hell?
And reduce it to ashes.
Why?
Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
But why? Well, but why? Wait, is he saying that he's going to, like, kill her?
Why do you do that?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst for human evolution.
Oh my god, dude. That's... Bruh.
You have tasted loss.
Yeah.
You have known fear. So deep, it can be felt in the bones.
Yeah, isn't that enough, dude?
But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus, pain dampens over time. And the acrid taste of fear becomes but a distant memory. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood. Or it shall drive you to defeat me, whatever the cost.
What the heck? Cora says that's some unwarranted trauma, bro. Deadass. What? This guy's weird, dude. This guy's so messed up. Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens when you join the military. I'm just gonna bring back what I said with Dainsleif talking to his teacher. This is what happens when you join the military, guys. You turn into people like him. I'm just kidding. But... because it really makes you think, like, because... I mentioned this before, but, like, you know, Dainsleif says that when Sertology was still just, like, a knight in training, he... like, their teacher treated them so badly, Sertology lost his limbs, right? And then, let's get my mouse. And then here's Skirk with her abyssal limbs, which heavily implies that they were cut off, probably, most likely by Sertology. And so, and of course they kind of show that a lot of the stuff that Sertology taught Skirk taught Child, and then she's kind of sort of low-key teaching to us. And so I'm just sitting here being like, so is everything he's saying is, like, shit that, like, Dainsleif and the other, like, younger knights had to deal with? Like, oh my god. But, like, it's clear that Sertology is, like, taking it, and it was already cranked up super high, but cranking it even higher, probably. Because, like, oh man, the scene where, like, baby Skirk's like, "Master, please, like, my wrists are about to break." And he's like, "They're not broken? Keep going." Like, bro. This guy. That figure next to Skirk looks familiar. Right! I saw the same figure during the battle against the Wait, really?
That is what Skirk's master, the foul, Sertology, looked like at one point in time.
At one point in time? So he can change form?
Of course. As a higher being, physical form is a triviality to him.
Sure, yeah, okay.
He could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor, is the one he usually wears when traveling through the stars.
How'd that happen? Because to my knowledge, he was just a normal human. I used to think Sertology and Skirk were just master and disciple, like Skirk and Child. Now, I see why Skirk chose to distance herself from humanity. Sertology told her to put down roots there. Yeah, while at the same time threatening to destroy whatever life she managed to create. Ah, okay.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps, walk the path he once walked, and somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
Because when she defeats him, she can actually form connections. Damn! That's messed up. So that's what she meant. But I still don't understand why Sertology would do that. From what he said, I didn't pick up a conflict between them. Lumine, are you serious? Are you serious, Lumine? Lumi, did you hear a single thing this man said to her? At all? Okay.
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Sertology is terrifying.
Yeah, I kind of got a hint of that.
The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. It is absolute. The power to crush all things. Shall we keep going? Let's see. We're about halfway there.
Lumi, come on. She deadass went, I don't know, I didn't really taste any bad blood between them. Like, alright. So why did this little creature chose us specifically to like get into like really personal details about this person? This person who we basically just met too. Anyway, oh my god, look, it's baby Skirk, look at her. This must be Skirk when she was a kid.
We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Sertology.
Baby.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard.
Dang, okay.
No tears this time.
Damn.
Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears
Bro,
is a habit of the
dude.
weak. A pitiful, useless ploy.
Bro, she's like 10. She's I had this stupid memory in my mind. Okay. Do any of you guys know dance moms? Hear me out. Right? I like to call dance moms child abuse on television. That's what I like to call it. The scene, the clip with like baby Jojo Siwa, just hear me out, guys. The clip with baby Jojo Siwa, where like what's her name? The instructor lady is just like chewing her out, and then Jojo starts crying, and then the lady is like, no, I'm not gonna deal with these tears, no. And then baby Jojo is like, well, if you're gonna yell at me, I'm gonna cry. That's like what this is reminding me of. Bro, she's like 10, dude. What the hell? I'm telling you, this is shit that his own teacher told him back at the Knights Academy. I'm telling you. That man, what's his name? Hayden, or whatever the heck? Hayden should go to jail for, like, so many counts of child abuse. So should he. Him as well.
Can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
I saved you because I have a plan for you.
Oh, there he is. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool shot. Dang.
It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. Before me, even fate bends the knee.
Oh, maybe it's because... You know, maybe. Just maybe. There might be a reason for that, you know? It's been too long since I fought a battle. I hunger for it. You're weird, dude. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand. Like, I don't know, man. Look, if like one or two of your students, quote-unquote, crumbles like sand underfoot, you know, maybe they're all weak. Maybe those two were weak. But if all of them are like that, I don't know, man. I think that might have to do with you. You know, it's kind of like those guys that said like, there's no good like girls around here. Every girl I've ever dated has been crazy, and it's like every girl you've ever dated. I don't know, man. I think that has more. I think that says more about you. Chorus says, "Wait, dance moms, but it's combat instructors." Yes.
So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary, in the hope that one day you might surprise me.
He literally is just doing it for the thrill, like, but not in the good way.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little.
Damn. I don't even know why I'm surprised. That's the most in-character thing he's ever said.
Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void. You of all people know that well.
Yes, Master. From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and fatigue. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her emotions, like her master. How should I put it? It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. I suppose it was at this point that she became the Skirk you know today.
Yeah, she buries them all. She buries them all. Like, she feels them, but buries them, like, so deeply, it's like, doesn't allow herself to feel. So, Sertologi saved Skirk from a disaster when she was a child, and never even tried to hide his ulterior motives. I suppose that leaves one final mystery. What really happened with the disaster back then? Chorus says, bro was like, I didn't ask you for your opinion. Damn. No, literally. Man. And I was gonna say, like, at that point, why didn't Skirk just, like, I was gonna say, at that point, why didn't she, like, run away? And then it's like, Sertologi would have definitely killed her. And then I was like, then why? It's a very dark question, but, like, I mean, she asks it herself. Like, why doesn't she just not suffer anymore, let's put it? But then I remember, like, she's like 10, you know what I mean? Like, she's like 10. Like, of course that's not really gonna go in her... Of course that's not going to be, like, a thing she's going to consider. And if she does, it's not going to be something she'll consider, like, at length. Sertologi's final words to Skirk are cold and cruel. But Skirk's reaction made it seem like it was a truth she knew all too well. I have a feeling it all comes back to what happened then.
We're nearly there. I almost don't want to reach the end. Well, shall we? This is the final stretch.
Oh, you're going fast. You're going way too fast. Hold up. Hey. Ah. Oh, baby.
These are Skirk's happiest memories.
Baby. She's adorable. Look at her. Aw.
What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in golden light. And when song filled the air, not even the shyest of flowers could resist swaying along.
It was like Little House on the Prairie.
This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child. Always skipping school to go exploring instead.
Kind of like Tom Sawyer.
There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea.
Treasure Planet Island, sorry.
Stars.
Treasure Planet.
And
No, still
that
Treasure Planet,
merchant
actually.
ship packed with adults wearing those strange clothes. Yes, the ship. That was the beginning of the end.
It's because, like, the treasure's at the bottom of the sea, and I was gonna say Treasure Island, and then flubbed it. Nah, it still works. It still works.
It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighboring planet, looking to establish trade. Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms and allowed them to explore the planet. To them, the visitors were guests and should be treated with hospitality. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning and carried out a ruthless campaign to destroy everything and everyone on the planet.
Sounds a bit, familiar to some, real-world event in history.
Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her.
Hold up. She still has the fin thingy on her back. See that? You see that? She still has that fin thing.
Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. The shop owner with the bad leg. The bad-tempered teacher she had made fun of just that morning. Their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was helpless. All she could do was run. And so she did. She kept running until an unexpected figure crossed her path. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left to rot in the scorched earth, with no answer as to why any of this was happening.
So, why do those people destroy her homeland?
Because she and her people were seen as a threat.
A threat? They did do something bad?
As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to support life. Yet there was evidence of human activity, even during the periods of extreme heat or cold in the past. Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt to any type of environment or energy source.
Okay. Does that have something to do with the fin? I'm sorry, it's just a little detail that I noticed. And it's like, you know, that's clearly like an intentional thing. That's there for a reason.
For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear its head. And so, the army was called, and the so-called danger was wiped from the face of the planet.
Let me just read that again. The people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt to any type of environment or energy source. Just because of speculation?
Senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps it was their own innocence and kindness that doomed them. But in the end, that was lost to the blaze as well.
Your ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
If those with power get to decide good
It's
and
an epic
evil,
reference, by the way.
then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And so, before death could claim her, she ran. She ran and never stopped.
Now I see why Sertologi's threat is such a terrifying prospect for her. And now I see why she distances herself from the world.
No one wants to relive their most painful moments. Well, that brings us to the end of the story. This is as far as we can go. Skirk is waiting over there. For both of us. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose. And my greatest wish over all these years.
I mean, this is obviously her childhood self. So, reunite with her childhood. And have a connection with it again. There she is. Can I like, not touch the water? Ooh, almost. Never mind, we're just walking on it anyway. Yo, girl, you good?
So all this, just so you could bring her here?
Yeah.
I have things to say to you. Well, to me.
Are we walking on water?
I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And she is the best choice in this moment.
Wait, then you must be...
Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, stifled by reason. All those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects of your past selves, they are a part of me now. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. The vastness of the universe renders everything insignificant. Our feelings most of all.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything. Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotions like kindness and empathy, and what makes you any different from the ruthless soldiers who slaughtered our people?
Oof.
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary.
But what is right? What is necessary? I think that's the bigger question. You know? Like, is fighting to become stronger so that you could fight Sertologi? I mean, I guess it's right in the sense that, like, I guess if you do manage to kill him, you'll probably prevent him from picking up another student who will go through the exact same things. And, like, that in itself is good. And it is good. But, if that's her goal. But then, of course, there's the question of, like, is the self-sabotage worth it? You know? Like, is that good? Is seeing yourself degrade to achieve that good? Admirable. Definitely admirable. But is it good? It's, yeah. it's that complexity.
I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I've shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far. It made me who I am. It made me strong.
But it made you dead inside.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse of space. It gives meaning to the world around us. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars, those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
It's exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Exactly.
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world.
It's quite literally shattered.
You cast aside your dreams and curiosity, and in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all connection to who you used to be, so you can no longer draw strength from your past.
But then it's like, why are you even doing this?
Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough. And so, this river, the source of your strength, grows more polluted by the day.
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
Yes. Your emotional self isn't weak. And the fact that she transcended time and broke free from her constraints to come and face you, that proves it.
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain through reason over emotion.
Yeah.
But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were the sole survivor fills you with guilt.
It's such a, like, I love that. I love that the little thing says, like, sometimes shutting off your emotions is the right thing to do. But other times it's not. It's not whether you should completely feel your emotions or completely shut them off. It's like, it all depends on the situations, you know. It's like, in some situations, yes, you do need to turn them off, but in other situations, you need to, like, feel them in full. I love that.
And I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, you know that you didn't turn out to be the person you wanted to be.
That's why you still get the voices.
All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So even if you can't accept me, I hope, at least, that you can let go.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch water.
Fetching water. They went out to fetch water. You know what this sounds like? Okay, I'll stop.
Dancing water. The sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then I will carry you with me until the end.
Thank you.
I should be thanking you.
Aw. Oh my god. Yo! Look at this.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
That's evil, bro.
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end.
Aww.
Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Cora says Girlie's going through it, literally. And the river's restored! She is a river. She is the dancing water. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful cutscene. That was so pretty. Oh my god. Ah, that's gorgeous.
So, you saw my memories.
Hold
then.
on for a second, guys. Sorry. Okay. So, you saw my memories then?
I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe.
And of course he's gonna be like, well, yeah, duh.
He said no.
Oh.
But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive.
That isn't true strength. Power is not a substitute for doing what is right.
That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order.
See, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to think. But, to quote Odysseus from Epic the Musical, if that world exists, it's far away from here. It's one I'll have to miss since it's far beyond my years. Sounds like you have your work cut out for you.
Yes. And not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy.
Oh?
Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did
Hold
everything
on for
a
a
master
second.
should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him.
No, I didn't hear what she said. Hold up. No, 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 no.
Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him.
Fair enough. But he intends to face you in battle one day.
I know. And it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat everything he says as a promise. He's no longer into that, but he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions.
Simple greetings.
Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before
that's
me
sad,
and
actually.
tear down everything I've built to pieces.
Oh, that's actually so sad.
Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life.
And the worst part is that this is exactly what he wants.
I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready.
If he does attack you one day, I'll help you.
Help me? Why? This isn't your fight.
'Cause I'm the protagonist, and that's what I do? Because if we want to build the world we both want to see, everyone has to be willing to fight for it. If we all do our part, we can make the entire universe a kinder place. Aww. Exit the threshold between soul and dreams. Leave together. Oh, come on. Skirk gazes into the distant sky. There's nothing else to do here. Should I leave? I guess so. No flashbang. This story took a bit of a turn I honestly didn't really expect.
Oh, you're finally awake!
Hey, we just went through some emotional experience.
Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? Oh, you scared Paimon half to death.
Paimon's like, I go out to get a snack, I come back, and I think my friends are dead.
You're both okay, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
What does it look like?
Okay, damn, okay. Looks like your strength is back.
Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the past into the future.
And you know who is that water? It's yourself.
I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today will become an inseparable part of who I am.
Okay, so Paimon feels like she's missing some important context. But whatever. Paimon brought back tons of delicious snacks. Let's dig in.
You three people enjoy the snacks.
All right. It's about time we finished what we started.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
Finally.
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than before. The good news is, we have no reason to pull our punches this time. So, let's go. Same place as last time.
Yep. Heart and mind. Unbounded. Going back to the chasm, baby. Let's get the... Alright. We're... here. Cora says, listen, Skirk, Traveler has an army of friends who would back you up. Dude, Child will 1000% back you up. Like, come on. Come on. Child still cares about you. Wouldn't it be so adorable that, like, after this quest... Well, I mean, obviously not, like, right after, no duh. But if she ever does return, she decides to like, personally see Child again. That'd be so sweet. And Child would be like, oh my god, Skirk, I've missed you so much. And she's like, yeah, well, you know, I thought about you sometimes. I don't know. I'm silly like that. I love the music from the chasm. Oh my goodness. It's like, oh, but Pep, you like all Genshin music. Like, yeah, but there's very specific tracks that, it's not this one, by the way, but there's one specific track in the chasm that I just fell in love with. This is not the one that's playing, but like the general vibe of the chasm, like, love it. All right.
The fog is gone!
It is. Hello?
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? How come he knows that, too?
That's Skirk's master.
Really?
Is it really?
So,
Deadass?
you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
But it's not actually him, right?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance.
Okay.
It's a natural response after encountering someone as powerful as Master.
Sure, alright.
To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion of my power. So it's not surprising that he would assume this form.
Okay. Oh, the closer Paimon looks, the more intimidating it gets. Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him.
Are we play testing her again? Yes, we are. The question mark. What is she? I don't know. What is she? He, it, are. Wait, so like, what is the being inside of the whale then? Because no way that's Certalodi. I doubt that. Enhance.
Your training, I hope.
No, not at all. What makes you think that? Oh, I can't believe I actually had to use my training for the final fight. What? Ah.
Merciless. Paradigm shift.
Oh shoot, that's not good. That's not good.
Water jet.
Can I like feed her? Can I do that? How many swim madams do I have? 7? Why do I only have 7? What? How's that even possible?
Annihilate.
Wait, how do I like avoid this?
Mine to wield.
Can I like?
Water jet.
Whoa.
Annihilate. Mine to wield.
Wait a little. Ah!
Go.
Ah!
Water jet.
Ah! Just die already! Wop, 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 wop. Okay. Oh, cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. Not this again. Watch out. Man went to like the Fate universe, saw Gilgamesh use the Gate of Babylon and went, let me steal that. Genshin trying to convince us the Hydro Traveler is good. Oh.
Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle.
I don't know what she did, but it looks cool. Yay, enemy's dead. You good there, girl? Like for reals? Cool. Oh my god, person. A person. Conrian? Definitely.
Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your power into me, knowing that it would destroy my shell from within.
So that's what she did.
Such power. Such keen battle instincts. So, you must be...
Who are you?
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Give or take around a couple, 500 years, probably, maybe, most likely.
Hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend of your master and one of his followers. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come here.
What? Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Hundreds of years ago?
What kind of wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff is going on now?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course.
Thanks.
Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story starts a long, long time ago. I was born into a noble family. As the eldest son,
okay.
I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child. And everyone gave up on me.
No, see, I laughed because he's like, I happen to be friends with your master. And Skirk is like, okay, cool, give me the details now. Okay. I was once born into a noble family. He's just straight up just giving us his life story. Cora says, huh? Like some seeing to the future type thing? I have no idea.
I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity or a strange glee in my misfortune. Even my parents were just waiting for me to die.
Dang, okay. Alright.
Over time, my heart hardened, and I became aimless. That was the point where I met your master, Sertologi.
At least he's honest.
We were similar in age, but different in background.
What the hell? Whoa.
He was born in prison,
the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death.
What?
He spent his childhood wandering the streets, facing more criticism than the literary works in the Universitas Magistrorum.
Okay. That's some wild lore. Okay, damn. Parents were on fucking death row, and sorry about the swear, it just stunned me that much. Like, parents were on death row, he was born in jail? What the hell? Damn. Alright. That's some Fontaine levels of... that's some Fontaine level of backstory. What the heck? That doesn't even make any sense. It sounds like someone from Fontaine. With just like this wacky, like, super... Like, they're just like, hey, how do we take this tragic backstory and just like crank it?
Yet, he always wore a smile on his face. As if kindness and malice were one and the same. And he could not see the difference.
This is gonna sound so stupid, but you guys, you wanna know what this brought to mind? Hear me out. Megamind. Hear me out. So you know in Megamind, like baby Megamind grows up in jail, and like in jail he learns how to be a criminal because all of the criminals in the prison were teaching him that, like, they were teaching him like robbing banks good, calling the police bad. For some reason that's what I'm like getting. Cora says, bro had it rough day one, literally.
I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive. Even if it's a losing battle, it should light a fire under you. How can you sit back like this and go down without a fight?
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something. And he inspired me to keep going. When we sparred together, it was the first time I'd actually felt the thrill of combat. When I was 10, he stole
10?
forbidden
Oh dang, you guys are
research
babies.
materials and managed to cure my illness.
What the heck?
It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. When it came to the human form, he was always intent on pushing the boundaries of possibility.
How did he learn that when he was 10? Cool Pool says cube burger. Uh-huh.
But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his. And at some point, I realized he had pulled so far ahead, I was too embarrassed to even ask him to spar. After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me,
"This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving.
Okay.
But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you."
He just glossed over the entire cataclysm thing.
Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether.
I mean, yeah, that's true, it is.
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day. And we can spar like we used to.
Yeah, I like this, actually. I like that idea. I like the idea of, like, a Conrian who, at least at first, was like, immortality? Yeah, sure. Sign me up.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand this curse.
All I can do is try. After all, a wise man once told me, people need to fight for their own survival.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality, and wish to experience a good sparring match before you wither away, Seek out my disciple.
Oh, wait. If you grow weary of the pain of immortality and wish to experience... Oh, okay.
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word coming from you.
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Well, now I'm curious about who this disciple of yours will be.
Me too.
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still self-assured as ever, I see. But you're not wrong.
I'll be leading them. Oh, and if you are serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea.
Ow.
As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Well, it depends what kind of freedom it is.
Waiting for
There's
me
levels.
in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh and sew it into my own heart.
Your heart? That sounds like torture. How did you even survive that?
It was a metaphor.
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
I guess that makes sense too. Oh, wait. Wait, is that what this is? These marks? These marks all over your body? Is that what it is? I just thought they were like abyssal scuff marks.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power.
Yeah.
Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality that sustained you. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed myself to my limits, and he was still miles ahead of me. So I had to take a leap of faith.
Cora says, how did he even sew it into himself without messing it up? A plot.
I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home. I don't regret the choice I made. But if you'll allow it, I do want to apologize. To both of you.
After the beating we just gave you, I think we can call it even.
You're an interesting one as well. Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up to. It can't have been an easy experience.
No, it was horrific. It was terrible, traumatizing. I still hear the voices even now.
I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to force you to catch up to him. All the while, standing ever out of reach. We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb. Or when we will see the sun again.
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark it gets, I will not give in to despair. I will overcome it. Besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full strength, but rather a defeat without regrets.
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. First time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy and passion emanating from your blade. It was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world. The joy of an artist uncovering a temple of wonders.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't express those emotions outright. Yet you were able to read them from my blade. Like a glimpse into my inner world.
Cora says, Surdy the Fearmonger. Yeah.
You're right. That battle brought me an unbridled sense of joy. And my defeat brings me no regret whatsoever.
Exactly. I think Master also craves a battle like that. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength, unlock the extent of his potential, and transcend his own limits. A battle to end all battles, after which all can come to an end, including, perhaps, his life. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose, one goal: to complete himself. It's one of the secrets to his strength.
So he's like dead inside is what I'm gathering.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his call. What a battle that would be. Oh, to witness such a...
I mean, you can't die, but...
Are you okay?
He's like, why are you guys worried? I can't die.
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. The curse of immortality allows it all to coexist, but it does not remove the pain. I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much longer. What a shame. I would have loved to witness that battle. Sertologi once offered to free me from this curse. Now, I must ask that of you, Skirk. Can you release me from the pain?
I can, but not through death, if that's what you are hoping for. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed,
Oh my
and
God.
smash it to pieces.
Dang, okay.
The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before, no longer tortured by powers you can't control.
Okay, so he's still gonna be alive then.
But it will be a time-consuming and painful process. The decision is yours to make.
I accept. And who knows? Perhaps I'll wake up in time to witness your great battle with Sertologi. I have faith that you'll be able to stand against him one day. Though I know it'll be a long and arduous road if we are climbers in the dark. It appears the dawn has finally broken for me. But your ascent continues. At least, it looks like you are not alone on your journey.
Oh, them? They're just there for emotional support. I'm all by myself with this one.
I will reach the top of this mountain, no matter what it takes. And you, Skofnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
That's finally over.
Well,
Let's get out of here.
let me get my chest. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time.
Hey. There's nothing else to do. Yeah, sure. Alright. We gotta be at the end though, right? Like, we have to be. Like...
We did it!
Yay!
It's only been a few days, but it feels like forever. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't overcome. We're just that awesome.
It's called being the protagonist. Didn't even break a sweat.
Wow, you sound even more confident than usual. Guess you really have become stronger.
I'm not depressed anymore. Yeah.
Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh wait, that reminds Paimon. The stars you mentioned. The ones that died out? Are they back now?
Yes. The power Skafnungur stole has been returned. So, the stars have regained their light.
Great! Huh, it's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There are so many stars in the sky. If a few disappeared, Paimon definitely wouldn't be able to tell.
Unless you can, like, feel it in, like, the ley lines or something.
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky for centuries.
You've looked at the constellations.
The false stars, hanging in the meticulously planned sky, glittering with rotten light. It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy the momentary peace it brings.
It's beautiful. I agree. I'd like to see what it's like up there. What, beyond the sky? We've already seen it. It's not that pretty.
Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day, whether of our own volition or not. Time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive will taste life's bitterness. Yet through hardship, we grow until we learn to seize the sands of time for ourselves and uncover our true strength. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable. One can only wonder, what is it going to take for kindness to reign supreme in the vast expanse of the universe?
Ugh, this is all going over Paimon's head. But if she knows one thing, it's that the Traveler always finds a way.
That'll be for Endgame.
Ever since we met, she has filled Paimon's days with happiness. No matter how tough things get, she always finds a way to make it better. If it's too big a job for one person, then they'll do it with two. And if two's still not enough, then three.
Or maybe 4. Like 4 shadows. Shades? I'm just kidding.
We've met so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things. As long as we don't give up, we can make any wish come true.
I suppose when it comes to you, anything is possible. Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it.
Will we meet again?
I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet entirely.
That'll be for Genshin Impact 2.
Regardless, reunions and partings are but passing moments. More than anything, I hope that, at the end of this journey, wherever it takes us, we stand in a world reborn. One without war, pain, or forced partings. One where new life can bloom, even where there was once nothing but scorched earth. For this, we must all work to become stronger.
Aw, of course, Master.
If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
Bye!
What about Child? Should we tell him?
Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? We definitely count as friends after all that, don't you think?
Probably.
Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, and since Paimon treated you to that super nice meal at Wanmin Restaurant, it's about time you returned the favor.
You weren't the one who paid. That was beautiful. I like that. Yay! Hey, we got the little thingy. Oh, we got the guitar. Hold on. Let me see that. Is it just gonna be the same as like the other instruments? Where is it? Yeah, I got it. Ah, it is the same. Yeah, it's the same. Oh, that's to change the... Okay. No, like, we can leave. I'm waiting for all of the people, all of those like insane people on like Bilibili or like YouTube that they're going to recreate like the little song that Skirk plays. On this little guitar thingy. That's cute. It's cute. All right, let's get our stuff from Catherine and then talk about this. Hey, give me my stuff,
Ad
Catherine.
Astra Abyssal. Thank you for
Thank you.
Ad Astra.
Alright. Just get all my usual stuff and then I'll talk about this. Talk about this experience we just witnessed. Right, but where's the real one? Or was that it? Is that it? Yep. Alright. Infinite Void. Perfect. We're in Liyue? Got some Liyue music. Okay, so, second half of Skirk's quest, definitely loved it a whole lot more than the first half. Because, yeah, gonna be completely honest, I wasn't super feeling the first half, other than, like, the little cutscenes, not cutscenes, the little, memories, I guess, of Skirk's backstory. But other than that, like, I don't know, I just wasn't super into the first half. I don't know, maybe it's just, like, the training sequences weren't, like, designed, in a way that, like, I really liked, but I wasn't super that really into it. But this second half, though, definitely better. I love the fact that, oh my god, this is an actual story quest that's actually about the character that it's supposed to be about. I've ranted about this several times in the past, but it's not just me, it's just a big complaint in the fandom that a lot of story quests really aren't about the actual character they're marketing, or it just kind of feels like you're just hanging out with them for a day, like borderline like a dating sim, you know? And only like the ones that I have played, I'll say, the ones that I have played, only like a couple of them like it actually feels like you're learning about this character. And this is how it's feeling for Skirk. Then again, the fact that Skirk is not from Teyvat, like, that was already going to lay the seeds of, like, no, this quest is going to be about her. And if we're going to focus on someone else, it's actually for real going to do something. It's going to be about something related to her, not just an NPC that, like, kind of vaguely relates to the character's story a little bit if you squint, you know what I mean? Chorus says, rare story quest win. Yeah, so that part, you know, I always love it when they do that. You know, you really do, you don't just, another part that I really liked is that, like, oh my god, we actually got, like, character development. And I know this sounds weird, but characters in Genshin, specifically in Story Quest, very rarely actually have, like, a development, like a character arc. Most of the time, especially if it's, like, an Archon that we're following, most of the time, I'm saying most, not all, of course, most of the time, their characters have already had some sort of development in the past, and if we learn about it, which that's even less, if we learn about it, then it's more so learning about the character's history, but not really seeing them develop. And that's not bad. I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that, because it's still really cool. But with Skirk, it's like, not only did we learn about her backstory, but we also got to see, like a full character arc going on, and I love that. I'll say it once, and I'll say it like a million times over. Girly, like, I headcanon her planet to be, like, literally, like, 1800s children's literature. It's just, like, every little thing we learn about it is just screaming, like, Heidi, Anne of Green Gables, Tom Sawyer type thing. It's just screaming these, like, old classic stories. Old classic, like, adventure stories, like Treasure Island and stuff. Like, yeah, there are stakes, but like, you know, still like children's books and stuff. Anyway, that's like the vibe she always gets me. It's so cute. But like, yeah, nah, dude, like, not only is like what happened to her planet just sad, especially since, I mean, you know, I think a lot of people thought that, oh, it was just like a natural disaster, or maybe like a planet crashed into hers, or I don't know, something like that. But like, that was like, can I even call it an invasion? I mean, I guess so, yeah. Like, that was like, damn, that was awful. And with her being like the sole survivor, but like the saddest part is her parents putting so much emphasis on her to live. And, you know, the survivor's guilt that comes with that. I thought that was done very well. I really liked the moment where she's just like resting on the desk and she's just like reeling over like the voices. Well, reeling over these emotions, you know. I really loved that. I think that added like so much to her character. And like, I don't know, it just kind of felt like this wasn't just a thing that happened to her in the past. This is a very real situation that she like is going to carry for the rest of her life. And I mean, yeah, that was the whole point of the story. It was her accepting that. It was like she spent so long basically not necessarily ignoring it, but shutting it off. Like shutting off that portion of her life, even though it was such a big reason as to why she acts the way she acts. And yet she kind of is like that doesn't matter. And it's like, how could it not matter if everything you do originates from that? And yeah, I love that. The whole, I love it. It's the whole, like, it was an awful thing that happened, and there was nothing you could do to change it, and you just kind of have to accept that. Loved that. That was really cool. I loved, like, her child version, I guess. I don't know, her child spirit beats me. I loved the part where she wasn't saying like, oh, you should be emotionally open all the time, because that was the reason why her people were killed, because they were so loving and so trusting. And I love the idea of like, I'm not asking you to be emotionally available all the time, because yeah, that caused problems and you saw that firsthand. But what I'm saying is that shutting them off completely isn't the answer either. It's a time and a place kind of thing. That like, there are moments where you can be very open, and there are going to be moments where you have to close yourself off a little bit. It's a balance. It's finding that balance. I love that. I love that. I love that. That was really cool. And Skirk, like, being like, no, I have to shut off my emotions for, like, the greater good. And her emotional side being like, yeah, but is that any real way to live, you know? You know? Is this what your parents would have wanted? Is this what you would have wanted? It's great. I love that. That was really neat. Chorus says, imagine getting advice from your inner child. Well, you know, sometimes children's innocence really makes you realize that a lot of our burdens really don't mean anything. But yeah, no, it's pretty funny. So yeah, no, I loved that part. That part's really so cute, so sweet. I loved that. It didn't make me, like, super emotional. I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of get emotional during, like, the animated cutscene, but I kind of sort of wished there was, like, more. I don't know why. I kind of wished, like, I wanted to cry, you know what I mean? But, like, hey, it did make me feel. And and I consider that an absolute win. Not every sad story is gonna make me bawl my eyes out, but it did make me feel, and it made me feel quite a lot. And I think that's really good. Yeah, the whole thing with the Conrian guy, I already forgot his name. Him being friends with Sertology, for a split second I thought he was going to say like, oh, I was part of the Knights Academy along with Sertology and Dainsleif and blah 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 blah. I guess he wasn't, I don't know. So honestly, his inclusion, it kind of sort of felt like it was leaning more towards the NPC type thing again, but it's fine. I think his inclusion was a bit random, very last minute personally, but like the information he gave off was cool. I think I just kind of wish it was, I don't know, maybe we could have found out he was a Conrian earlier, and so it wouldn't have felt more jarring, because it just kind of felt like a last minute thing, you know? I don't know. But I love it whenever we get like little insights in life in Conria, and finding out that all of what Dainsleif said way back in like early game about how like Conria was this amazing nation, the pride of humanity, the blah 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 blah, and like every other information we learn about Conria. I mean, it wasn't the depths of hell or anything, nah, like like Daredith definitely, from her story, Daredith definitely lived like a pretty good life in Conria, obviously, but it really shows that Dainsleif, at least in that quest specifically, was really biased, which it does make sense, considering that, like, you know, his home was destroyed, and so of course he's going to, like, think back on it, like, really positively. Yeah, sick noble boy that nobody cared about, like, alright, sure. No, but the thing that got me was Sertology being born in prison and his parents being on death row. Like, what? Like, excuse me? And I'm like, okay, how does that work? Cora says, just very flawed. Yeah, exactly. Just very, very flawed. Which, I mean, so are the other nations. The other nations also have problems. Mondstadt has like the least of their problems, but I have a whole little theory about that. But anyway, but you know, the other nations also have problems, and so it's really funny how Conrians are like, oh, we're better than the other nations because we don't have a god ruling over us, and it's like, how better are you guys really? I'm not saying that you guys are worse. Like a lot of people looked up to Conria in Genshin lore. It's more like, I don't know, you guys are just a nation like everybody else, but anyway. Sertology being born in prison, like, how does that work? And, like, I know that the Genshin devs probably didn't think about it that deeply, but I'm sitting here thinking about all of the, like, logistics. I'm like, okay, first of all, how do you have a child on death row? That's number one. Or maybe you were on death row while, like, I don't know. And then it's like, okay, Sertology is born. What, do you just take care of the thing, waiting for the day of your death? Is that gonna work? Or was he like sent to an orphanage? Which is most likely the case. And then the guy says like, Sertology then grew up in the streets. This is my headcanon, this is my headcanon. He was born in prison, and his parents, most likely his mom though, and his mom like took care of him until the day of like her execution or something, unless I'm missing something. Sertology was sent off to an orphanage. I don't know, maybe the orphanage sucked, beats me, or maybe he turned 18 and they kicked him out. I don't know. Whatever the case, he ended up on wait, no, he was 10. No, he was 10. Never mind, so he didn't, like, just turn 18, and he probably ran away. I don't know, ran away from the orphanage or something, and, like, and ended up on the streets, and, like, maybe a mixture of growing up with death row, maybe a mixture of his formative years being, like, surrounded by death row prisoners, / being a street boy, like, kind of really twisted his sense of morality it just twisted his sense of morality to be like, Cora says maybe he left the orphanage. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now. I don't know, like a combination of all that made him like, I don't know, it twisted his sense of morality, like he kind of just saw like, oh, good and evil is like nothing, who cares? And he just started treating everything like the same thing. He meets up with this one guy, becomes friends, blah, 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 blah. Somehow, some way, ends up being part of the Knights Academy, and I'm going to assume in the same class as Dainsleif, who, I'm pretty sure Dainsleif is a noble, right? Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how the street rat got buddy-buddy with a noble, but that's not important. And he starts training with Hayden, or Frank. He's training with Hayden. Hayden just, like, just abuses the shit out of him. He loses some limbs, probably gets some prosthetics. I'm going to assume that he becomes friends with Vedelfanir because of Dainsleif. Because I'm assuming that they were part of the same class, because Vedelfanir is Dainsleif's brother. And yeah, and then blah blah blah, the cataclysm in Conria, he got uber powerful and left, I don't know. But, that's my headcanon. That's my, Sirtology life story headcanon currently. I'm just sitting here being like, how do you have a child on death row? What? What? It's crazy. Anyway, yeah. Sirtology sucks. He sucks, man. Like, they do an amazing job showing just how, cause he doesn't seem evil, per se. Like, he doesn't seem evil in, like, the traditional sense. He just seems like a guy whose morality is just, like, extremely twisted. Or just doesn't care about morality. That's more what he seems like. Like, not evil in the sense of, like, I want to watch the world burn. Kind of like Dottore. Dottore, I think, is more, like, traditionally evil. This guy is definitely a lot more, like, I just don't care. I just do whatever I want. I'm here for a fight. I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm a fight. That's kind of, like, the vibe he gives me. Still no good. Still bad man. Still very bad man. But at the same time, it's also, like, it does kind of come from somewhere, you know? If it wasn't the Cataclysm, then it was his, like, knight teacher. And if it wasn't from his teacher, it was from living on the streets. And if it wasn't from living on the streets, it was from being born with parents on death row. Like, but, or unless I'm getting that wrong, I might be getting that wrong, but, like, I don't know, that's the part that's stuck in my head. but, I mean, if there's one thing they did, is that it made me more interested in Sirtology. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that piece of information alone made me go, I need to know about the logistics, even though I doubt the devs thought about it that deeply. Cora says, whoa, what a great role model, Sirtology about Frank, literally. Literally. Dainsliff is like, I would be so happy to beat the hell out of my teacher. Sirtology's like, oh, me too. But, you know, he taught us a lot of really good things, right? Right? Oh, you're serious? I don't know. But yeah. And the last part about, Skirk basically telling the Conrian dude, like, hey dude, just absorbing power as a quick way to get stronger, like, that ain't gonna do anything, and blah blah. She didn't really talk about emotions or anything, but it was really cool, like, seeing her overcome, like, her demons, well, in part, overcome her demons, and, like, kind of not necessarily pass them off, more compassionate. That's what it is. Because she's more in tune with her emotions, she's just overall a little bit more compassionate, so she's able to, like, feel for other people and say, like, hey, hey dude, what you did was wrong, but I'm not gonna just, like, chew it out of you. I'm not gonna just chew you out. I'm just gonna say, like, what you did was wrong. These are ways you can do it better. That's cool. I like that. Even though I think the ending was a little bit of a, like, I don't know. I thought it felt like really just, like, it came out of nowhere, a little rushed personally. But yeah, and, like, Skirk and the Traveler's whole thing about, like, we want to create a world where there is no, like, pain and suffering. Well, pain and suffering in the sense of, like, wars, betrayals, you know, that kind of stuff is, like, beautiful. Like, I always love stories where, like, that is a goal, so to say, on the characters' minds, even though, like, the story basically tells them that, like, you live in a world where that's probably not going to happen. But the fact that you want it will make the world better. It'll never be the world that you dream of it being, but you can at least get closer to that, and that's beautiful. I always love stories like that. It really makes me think of that little scene from Epic the Musical, near, like, at the end, like, yeah, like, near the end, where Athena talks to Odysseus, and Athena is like, you know, what if we lived in a world where, like, people were, you know, where people were just kinder. Because what Odysseus learned throughout the entire Epic the Musical is that sometimes kindness will get you nowhere. Sometimes people abuse the kindness, you know. And So Athena's starting to, and so Athena's basically being like the idealistic, like, oh, what if we could create like a better world, like a perfect world for all of us? And Odysseus, after his like 20 years of suffering, basically says like, that's not going to be the world that I'll ever see. But, you know, we can start making it. It's super sweet. I love that. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I really have to say. I like this quest. I like it a lot. I don't think it's the best story quest out there for me personally. If you guys think it is, that's awesome. Personally, I don't think it's not like my favorite story quest, mostly because I wasn't really into it until the halfway mark. In other words, until the stream. I wasn't really into it until this halfway mark, and the whole thing with the Conrian, although it's always really cool to hear about Conrian lore, it did kind of feel like rushed, came out of nowhere. It was just like, oh, okay, you're a thing. Oh, I guess you're Sotologi's friend. All right. It just kind of felt a little bit like, I don't know, just like it came out of nowhere, and I think like those elements definitely dampened a little my thoughts on the story quest, but just by it actually being about Skirk, like for real, already makes this quest like great in my opinion. It's good. It's really, really good. Definitely one of the like better story quests out there. I wouldn't exactly say the best, but definitely really good. And yeah, no, that's all I really got. Skirk's a cool character. I love her. I really love her. I was honestly really surprised by how quickly I fell in love with her, because I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw her, I was just like, oh, okay, you're a thing. You exist, right? And it wasn't until like her animated short came out, where I was like, oh my god, I'm already so interested in her. And this story quest, although not perfect, like the fact that she has like her own little character arc, I love her. She's really, really cool. And she's so tragic. I love that. But, and she actually moves on from the tragedy too. It's cool. I like it. Okay. Cora says there's stronger quests. Yeah, no, I definitely say there definitely are. I am very much biased when I say this, but personally to me, I'd say like Nivelette's quest, or Linny's quest. I love Linny's quest. Nivelette or Linny's quests, personally, I'd say are a lot better. I'd say those are definitely, like, better quests than this one. Again, for me, but then again, Nivelette's quest literally made me cry at the end. So, like, yeah. But, yeah, no, that's all I basically got. This quest was really good. I really liked it. Had a couple of roadblocks for me personally, but other than that, pretty cool. Yeah. So, I haven't spoken about the animation that Hoyo literally just released last night, which was like the craziest thing ever. It was Kabe's birthday. No one was talking about Kabe that night. Oh, poor guy. What the worst date to have a birthday this year. I was going to talk about it in the stream, but it's getting late. I am 100% going to make a quick video on it. It's probably going to be a bit of a lazier video. It's probably just me going to be like slapping in footage, and that's probably it. But I need to talk about it because, like, the shades, oh my god, it's so cool. And I'm going to be talking about Istaroth a lot. But I'm going to try to not turn this stream into a discussion about, like, the animated short. That'll be for, like, its own separate video. My goodness. Yeah, there's that. So for next stream, see, okay, so this is the thing that I'm thinking about. So, due to my schedule being out of whack recently, especially this summer, I still want to keep streaming as much as I can on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's still definitely a thing I want to try to do. But if there are times, you know, normally whenever I can't stream, I just do a post. I just say, hey guys, I can't really stream tonight. Maybe next time, right? Normally I do that. But if I know that I absolutely 100% can't, like, stream on those days specifically, I'll try my best to, like, adjust them and make a little announcement from now on. And, hopefully try to ensure that it stays that way. And that things don't go absolutely crazy, because a lot of stuff happens last minute, and so I say, hey guys, I'll stream. Actually, no, I can't stream. Oh, but I can stream for a little bit. Oh, wait, and then it just becomes like a whole disaster. I don't want that to happen again, so... for now, I'm gonna try to keep the Tuesdays and Thursdays scheduled, because I think that's a good schedule for me. But, you know, usually, if I can't do a day, I'll just do a little post. If I can't do an entire week, obviously I'll make a little post about that, but if I can do other days, like, if I can't do both Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I can do other days, I will try my best to shift the schedule a little bit. However, of course, like, I unfortunately can't promise anything, because I try to have, like, I can't promise anything because things always come up. I try to keep consistency, but, like, the reality is, these streams are a hobby. That's just the reality. You know, these streams are not the priority in my life, and it sucks. But, you know, that's how life is. But, yeah, no, that's it. For Tuesday's stream, if I can stream on Tuesday, hopefully, yeah. For Tuesday's stream, you know what? We should do the Tavad Tales! We should do the Tavad Tales, yeah. And maybe on Thursday, I don't know, maybe we can do a drawing stream again, or go back in The Sims. I'll see. But we need to do those Tavad Tales. But, yeah, no, that's, pretty much it. Like, for reals. That's all I got. Enjoyed myself quite a bit. And, yeah, no, that's it. Bye!